Water covers about 71% of the Earth's surface. 97% of the Earth's water is seawater. That's 320 million cubic miles of water. 3% of the Earth's water is fresh, of which 2.5% is unavailable. It is contained in glaciers, polar ice caps, the atmosphere, and soil. Some of it is highly polluted or lies too far under the Earth's surface to be extracted. Only 0.5% of the Earth's water is available fresh water. Seawater contains salt. When people drink seawater, their cells are taking in water and salt. While humans can safely ingest small amounts of salt, the salt content in the seawater is much higher than what can be processed by the human body. Additionally, when we consume salt as a part of our daily diets, we also drink liquids, which helps to dilute the salt and keep it at a healthy level. Living cells depend on salt to maintain a body's chemical balances and reactions. However, too much sodium can be deadly. Salt in the ocean comes from two sources: runoff from the land and openings in the seafloor. Rocks on land are the major source of salts dissolved in seawater. Rainwater that falls on land is slightly acidic, so it erodes rock. This releases ions that are carried away to streams and rivers that eventually feed into the ocean. Many of the dissolved ions are used by organisms in the ocean and are removed from the water. Others are not removed, so their concentrations increase over time. Another source of salts in the ocean, approximately 35 grams of dissolved salts. The safe salinity level for drinking water is 0.5 parts per thousand or less. Through the natural water cycle, water evaporates off the ocean and moves through the atmosphere in the form of water vapor. Then, when the conditions are right, the water vapor falls back to the earth as fresh water in the form of rain or snow, depending on the temperature. Since the salt does not evaporate, it stays behind in the ocean and water vapor becomes fresh water. My experiment will simulate this process. For this experiment, I am going to simulate water evaporating from the ocean, collecting, and then precipitating down on land as fresh water. I am going to boil seawater in this pot. The water vapor will collect in this copper coil and then will come out as fresh water. First thing we need to do is mix seawater. My father uses this salt for our saltwater aquarium. The proper ratio is a half a cup of salt per gallon of water. We need to let the salt water mix for at least 25 minutes. I'm going to use this digital salinity meter to test this water sample. Now we are going to test this seawater sample. There is exactly 36.2 ppt. We're going to use the barbecue grill to boil the water. Now we are going to test the water vapor we collected.